Hey, Jakob Generation, what's up? It's Friday again. Today, the song we just put up last Friday, no, a couple weeks ago, I think last Friday we did something else, but we talked about Grace is on Our Side, that song, worship, vertical worship. So today I just want to kind of break it down for you and help you. Jacob's all about a generation of worshipers, right? People growing in their gifts. So I figured there's a ton of good content online as well, even just specifically for the song. But I'll break it down for the acoustic, electric, and bass. And for the sake of simplicity, we're going to do it all here on the acoustic, and then it'll kind of tie it all in together. So Grace is on Our Side. It's originally in the key of B, which is up here. It's like that's a B. I play it in A, so like normally if you wanted to play it in the key that it's recorded in, you'd play it in B. So that was... anyways, not to go off too much on that, but I just bring it 2 steps down. So key of A, I'm playing it in the finger of G. This is for the acoustic section that I did. And instead of playing my normal G, like oftentimes I'll play with these pinky and ring finger on these top 2 strings, the 1 and 2 strings on the 3rd frets. And then I'll just play the same fret, but on the bottom, the low E string, that's string number 6. So, and then I kind of mute this string right here. You can play with your index finger on the 5th string 2nd fret if you want, and play a full G like that. But for the sake of this song, I'm playing it a little differently. The standard G is the 6th string 3rd fret, 5th string 2nd fret, and then 1st string 3rd fret, and everything else is open. That's standard G, right? But you can play it like a sustained version. You could play like what I do in this song. Instead of playing it with the standard G with my index, middle finger, and my ring finger on the like that, I'm using my my ring finger on my top string, which is the low E string. So 3rd fret, 5th string 2nd fret with my middle finger, finger number 2, and then so 3 finger, 2 finger, and then 4 finger on the 3rd fret, 1st string. So, and then this kind of hangs out because we're going to use that 1st finger for that little oh, I gotta drop down one. Okay, here we go. That's the key we're in, A. So A sharp, B. I'm just capoing. So everything's relative to the capo. When you capo on the 2nd fret, you're in the key of A if you're playing in G fingerings. If you go up to the 4th fret, you're in B. If you go up, since there's no note between B and C, you go up 1 semitone, and you can play it in C, or, so on and so forth. We'll talk about that in a different video. I don't want to nerd out too much on that right now, but just put a capo on the 2nd fret if you want to play in my key. If you want to play in the key that was recorded, go up to the 4th fret, and we're just playing like this. So I'm doing a little, I'm keeping the G holding right here. Sometimes I'll hold it like that, or just use these 2, 1st and 6th string, 3rd fret, muted on the 5th string. And I'm just putting my index finger there on the 2nd string, 1st fret. That gives a little sustain, right? I think it's called a G7 or something like that. I'll look into that. But I'm going... walk down to an E minor. Doing the same thing right there on that. So this is called an A minor 7. A standard A minor is, I'm playing open everything except for my 4th string, 3rd string, and 2nd string. On the 4th and the 3rd, I'm using my 2nd and 3rd fingers to push down on that 2nd fret, those 2 strings. So 2nd fret on the 4th string, 2nd fret on the 3rd string, and then 1st fret on the 2nd string. So, oops, that's a full A minor, right? And then I take off that 3rd string. I just remove that finger there. So all I'm doing is just index finger number 1, 2nd string, 1st fret, open on that middle one. That 3rd string just remains open, and the 4th string, 2nd fret. So that's called an A minor 7. And then I just walk it up. I bring put this middle finger up 1, or technically down 1, but it looks like up from where you're standing, to the 5th string. Just drop it there. So that's a G over B. And what I also am doing is popping this pinky on that 1st string, 3rd fret. So that's a G over B. And then to the C, which is standard C, 5th string, 3rd fret, 4th string, 2nd fret, and then 2nd string, 1st fret. And then I'm also kind of just holding that pinky there on the 1st string, 3rd fret. So oceans of kindness, wave after wave, mercy arising again and again. Then see will find us, you're never far away. We've seen your faithfulness. So that's how that goes. That was the chorus. But for that intro, it's G down to E minor, A minor 7, G over B, C, dip back to G, and then we're into the verse. What I just did, wave after wave. And then so it's all kind of in that fingering. Where mainly don't get too hung up on the different types of chords I'm playing. The main chords are when we're relative to the capo on the 2nd fret. So wherever you're going, it's in the key of B, but I'm playing in the key of A, and I'm playing relative to the capo with the G fingering. So capo 2nd fret, like that, G, E minor, A minor, or A minor 7, and then G over B to a C, and then back to the G. That's the general chords for the song, and then the progression is a little different. But if you want to break it down and do it a little easier, you can do your G like I was showing you at the beginning. So all on the 3rd fret, 1 and 2 string, the 2 small strings. So think like 1 to 6, small to big. 1 and 2, 3rd fret, and then 6th 3rd fret. And muting this string right here, you can play like this. G sustain, and then you don't even have to move your pinky and your ring finger. You can just drop down here to E minor while you're keeping your ring and pinky on those 2 strings down there at the bottom, the top 2 strings. And then your E minor is your 5th and 4th string, 2nd fret. So that's E minor, right? And then if you want to go to the A minor, you don't keep those pinky and ring finger right where they are. Just drop down 2 strings. C sustained. So instead of the bottom 6th string, that low E, but on the G, the 3rd fret, you're just popping it down to the 5th string. Like that. And then you kind of mute this top string with the finger that you're playing with. So like this. Traces on our side, and then that's an easier way to play it. But you know, G for the way I'm doing it. E minor, walk down to E minor, A minor 7, E G over B, C. So that's how that goes. And then we'll jump into the electric guitar. And then the chord progression, if you look up, you could look up the chords on anywhere, really. Ultimate Guitar. You can just put which fingering you want and just put like, okay, I want to play it in G. But then move your capo wherever you want it. If you're singing if you want to sing how it is, 1, 2, 3, 4, then play it in G right there. That's in a B. So on and so forth, and you move it around. So stick to the main G fingering, and if you're starting out, start in G and play stuff in G and get a capo and move it around. And if you want to sing, if not, play open and play it that way. But G is a really easy way. The G fingering, that's how most people learn, by playing in the key of G, or just with the fingerings of G and changing your key with a capo. Later down the road, you can start, playing different keys and starting on different notes and so on and so forth. But G's a good place to start. So that's that for the acoustic part. Now jumping into electric guitar, since we're just maybe we'll stop and I'll do a different movie, but His Grace is on our side for the electric portion. An electric guitar and a regular acoustic guitar are the same instrument. One's just electric and the other one is acoustic, meaning that you're unplugged. It's the acoustics are the natural sound of the instrument, which is why there's a big hole and a hollow body to these things. No pickups on an acoustic, except for if it's an electric, then you got pickups on the inside, but don't worry about that. So playing on the acoustic, but if we're playing on the electric, it's the same thing, same stuff. So I'm not using a capo because I'm doing different things. I'm actually going to play in the A shapes, and that's kind of how this situation works. So I'm playing some A stuff, like, well, let's start at the beginning. So remember when I put the capo on the 2nd fret? Well, to play a G, we're using that top string, right? So here's the A. That's an A. That's that chord we're playing. That's because on this low E string, I start at E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A, right? That's the bass note of that chord. Well, when I'm playing I'm playing in that key, I can that's an A pentatonic, an A major pentatonic. So everything I'm doing is in, I don't want to go too far off on pentatonics right now, but everything that is happening on that electric guitar, that's in the A chord progression, the A tone, not tone, but chord progression, but it's in the A, the key of A. There we go. So when I'm coming up here, this is a general. That's pentatonic fingering position for the A major, and I'm starting right here. So the 12th fret, 2 dots, as opposed to you got your 3rd, 5th, 7th, 9th, and then your 12th fret right here. I'm basically starting on that 12th fret on the 2nd string with my index finger. So I'm pushing both the 1st and 2nd string down with my index finger right here. I'm just 2 frets up on the 14th, I'm just hitting the second string 14th, and then the first string 14th right here. So, sorry. That's how you play that. That's all in A. So that's that intro. And then when we're dropping down here, so here's the A chord, right? So I'm just starting here. I'm in my A position. So if I want to play an A major pentatonic down here, so let's just pretend I'm playing an open A chord, except for instead of playing on the 4th string, I'm just playing the like that, the 3rd and 2nd string. And so starting here, that, oh no. So that's how I'm doing that little intro, and then it opens up when it starts building up. It sounds cooler on a electric guitar, but see? So instead of full A, I'm just going like that, and then I'm letting go of my middle finger. I'm kind of doing little embellishments here, little chord embellishments. When you're playing a full A, so that's all I'm doing there. The guy in the video, the official version, he's doing something like that, but he's up here in B, and so he's doing something down here, and then I didn't get the whole thing. Anyways, so he's doing something similar. I don't know if it's exactly right, but since I'm playing 2 steps down, I don't need to use that. I don't need to bar it or use the lower barred part of that section. So anyways, I can just keep it open in A. That's I'm messing around with that. And then so we come back here. So there's that one section where it comes here, and then it goes into that fingering. I think it's going into that little bridge section. So I'm coming here right before the bridge. And then I drop here. So what this is like if I were to play an A in the C fingering of a pentatonic, that's how I would play it. I'd have to play a C, like a C shape down here. But if I was playing it and I wanted it to sound like an A, it's all the way up here. So with these cool shapes like this, like that's an A chord right there. It looks like a D, but we're D, D sharp, E, F, F sharp, G, G sharp, A. Excuse me. And so when I'm going to doing that little break, and then I come down here, and so if I were to play a C chord right here, I would have my finger here, but then I would also be barred right here. So really what I'm doing is I'm just playing part of that barred A chord with the C fingering, right? God, it's tough. I'm, still learning myself, guys. But anyways, so that's what I'm doing here. And then so it goes, and then I just drop to a D, like a D. It looks like a D. It's really this is a triad. It's just the top 3 strings of that full chord, like that. And then so like when you're playing with a D, that's a D sustain, right? I'm doing the same thing up here. So so I start with this one, and then I just keep these 3 strings barred right here, like that, and then And then when it gets higher to the next one, I'm going right here. Same thing, but I'm pinching down like an A shape right there. It's actually the barred version of this pentatonic. So, but I'm pinching that one up there. Then I'm going. So with this whole situation we're doing right here, that's that pentatonic, right? The one right lower is this pentatonic. I think it's the third shape, but then this one is the main A major pentatonic that we saw down here. It's just up an entire octave. So like this is also an E, right? Open E, octave E, octave G, octave A. So I'm just playing part of that pentatonic. So that's that for the electric guitar. And so, moving on to the bass part, same thing, no capo on the bass. I'm playing in the A, right? And I'm not using a pick. This is pretty simple and straightforward. Start on your A. Sometimes I'm jumping up to the 5th string, 12th fret, so that's also an A. So start here to your F sharp, E, F sharp, right? So the notes in the key of A are the ones that I'm actually playing: the 1, the 4, the 5, and then the that would be the 6, right? Anyways, I'm trying to teach some theory, but I don't fully understand all of it quite yet myself. But anyways, that's all I'm doing. I'm just messing around in that little box. Right? So A. If I were to play everything on the 5th string, I'd be like A, D, B, C, D, sorry, E, F, is that F sharp? So then there we go. You could play like this. That's also an F sharp. Or same thing. It's just in relative to the string you're playing it on. So A, drop down to an F sharp, step it down, or A, boom, boom, boom. On the bass, it sounds cool when you go up high on those little octaves. And then we're just landing on these notes, right? So A, D, E, F sharp. A, D, E, F sharp. A, D, E, F sharp. Back to A again. We can mess around there, and that's all that I'm doing. And that's the bass line that I'm doing. I didn't learn, bass is one of those instruments, super easy to learn, hard to master. So all you need to know, learn the guitar and you'll learn the bass, because the bass is just the same thing as a guitar. It's just the first 4 strings, or maybe 5 strings if you get a 5 string. I think that's cool. Actually, I think the 5 string basses have a lower string than the higher string, because sometimes I find that I want to go lower than the low E, like a drop D or something like that. That's fun. But anyways, standard bass is the top 4 strings. All the same notes, all the same little fret dots, and just learn your. When I played that song, I didn't know the notes I was hitting. I was just like, oh, that sounds cool. I know that you can play, most little Most little solos and stuff are in these little boxes, right? Especially if you start playing power chords. Like punk rock, it's all power chords. A lot of rock is just mostly power chords. Anyways, this is my first tutorial video. I hope it helped, and I'll put some links to some really good instructional stuff for that song. Blessings, give them heaven. Have a great weekend. Hey, Jacob, just addendum to this video. I realized now after editing, I didn't show you this one part on the electric guitar. There's this one part in the song, we're on Vertical Worship, Grace is on Our Side, where it goes like this, where it's like, there's that it's like in between, like leading up into the chorus, I believe. So real quick, this starts off, you know, you can probably just see what I'm doing, but I'm on the 4th string, 2nd fret with my middle finger, and I slide up 2 frets, and then I hammer on to the 2nd string 3rd fret, like that. So, and then I slide up a whole nother 3 frets, and instead of going the fret right down behind it, so up to the 7th fret, and then I hammer on my 5th fret. So 7th fret, 4th string, 7th fret, and then 2nd string, 5th fret. Oops. So, and then I hammer on to my 7th fret, 2nd string, 7th fret. So, and then you kind of go into the, from there, or the whatever the chorus part is. But that's how that works. And so I don't think I'll put the chord stuff in there. I'll figure out how to do tabs and maybe put that in there. But hopefully you can figure that out. So, all right, deuces.